Prana.
Hello everyone. One of the main thing that most people focus on when they're eating or just with food in general, when they're trying to figure out what to eat and planning what to eat, is calories. And calories don't make sense at all what they actually are because they don't exist. It's some kind of metric that was created for food supposed to measure how much it's going to fill you, basically, how much of that your body needs. And they took the calories and then they put certain metrics that males and females should get per calories per day. And if how active you are changes how many calories you should get. And they say that when you're doing things, you're burning calories, which isn't true because calories don't exist. So you can't burn calories. It's just a word. What they're trying to say with calories is energy, though, which that's how a lot of people think of calories. And calories are the energy that's in the food, which is 100% false, though, because energy is something that is completely different. It doesn't have anything to even do with food. Energy is electric. It's electricity. And you don't need food necessarily to get energy, but you can get energy from food. But many of the foods that people eat are very, very lacking in energy or have a very small amount of energy in them. And we need to change our perception from looking at calories to actually feeling the energy that is in the food. We should be able to feel our food, look at it, smell it, taste it, and know how much energy is in it. Is this sufficient in energy for what I need it for? Is this going to provide me the energy I need? We shouldn't be looking at the back of boxes, reading the nutrition facts about what's actually in it, because that's all based off of something that a scientist did in a lab, and for them to even get that count, you have to cook the food. There's no way for them to tell what is in a fruit or vegetable without them heating it up first, which totally changes it and totally changes what you're actually getting. Which all that really matters is how much energy the food has. If it has good energy, it's going to have everything that you need in it, because in the end, it's just energy that you need. Everything else is just building blocks for the energy. So if you have the energy, you have everything else that you need as well. When you're looking at the calories and counting the calories, most of them, like people say, they're empty calories, which means there's no energy in them. There's nothing. You're not getting anything out of it. So counting calories doesn't help at all. It has totally changed our perception on how we treat our food and how we go about our body and what we're doing with our body. We're way too focused on getting this number of calories each day to make sure that we're getting this amount of protein, fat, and carbs, which translates to how much we weigh, basically. The more calories we eat, the more that we're going to weigh, for sure, because the calories, depending on the type of food that you're eating, it changes when you change to a plant and fruit and vegetable based diet, because your body processes it so much better that it doesn't store all the stuff that your body does when you're eating all this processed food that has high calories. Such as you can eat, I don't know, say like macaroni and cheese. Say it has 250 calories in it per serving, and you eat a bowl of it which has a few servings in it. that is going to be a meal for you because it has so many calories in it, and your body is going to say that I can't handle anymore right now. That's how you're going to feel. That's how you're going to perceive it, that it can't handle anymore right now, and that's all that it needs. It's full is how most people perceive when they eat, that they want to be full, which you don't want to be full, because when you're full, it means that you've put everything you can in your body, and it still doesn't have what it needs. You should be satisfied before you get full, which means that you put what you need in your body, and it got everything that it needs out of what you were eating. It got everything that it needs out of what you were eating. And we can look at mangoes. Mangoes, depending on the size of them, they're about 250 calories a piece. You eat a few mangoes, you still might want some more, even though they rate them at having 250 calories, because your body's saying, wow, this energy is, it depends on how much you eat this type of stuff as well, and how you go about your body. But if you just start eating fruit just like that, and you ate mangoes, you're gonna need to eat more than how many calories that you are eating when you're eating all the processed food, because your body is going to be sucking that energy down. It's going to be taking it and rebuilding itself with it, basically. So you're going to be eating way more than you were on the processed food, because it's craving the energy, and it's finally get the energy that it wants, that it can actually do something with. And when you are giving it the energy, you don't get full though. There's no point to where you're like, wow, my stomach is just huge and I just can't stuff another thing in it, because before that you're satisfied with what you're eating, and you don't feel like you need to eat anything else, and you can go about and do what you actually wanted to do throughout the day, instead of having to carry around that full feeling with you, which literally weighs you down. The fruit gives you a lightness. It makes you lighter when you eat fruit. So paying attention to the calories doesn't matter, because it completely changes also depending on what you're eating, because it's all about the energy context in the food. You're just, especially with fruit and vegetables, you're completely estimating with what's in there. That you're looking something up on the internet, which is only what is in cooked food, which is only going by when the food is cooked, which completely denaturizes it. Then it also depends on where that food was actually grown at. What type of electricity, what type of energy the ground had. Did it have the correct inorganic materials in it for that plant to grow? Was there extra energy given to it? Is the area that it's in, is it an area with an abundance of energy in it? Does the air have energy? Was it getting the sunlight? Was it getting energy from the sunlight? The more energy that plant was bombarded with while it was growing means the more energy that fruit is going to have when it's ripened, when it's ready for you to actually eat. So to go by something that you read on the internet, that tells you how much calories is in something, is the wrong way of going about it, because it doesn't even come close to telling you what is really in that fruit that you're about to eat. You have to be able to tell that on your own. By a lot of it goes by, when you're talking about food, it goes by taste, because depending on how it tastes, you can tell if it's full of energy, if it doesn't have energy. It should taste good, first of all. It should be sweet. It should be ripened. It should be at the peak of its energy when you eat it. And a lot of mangoes, especially right now, because I haven't been eating them because they're horrible right now, the ones that are available. They pick them too early, so they get wrinkly, they don't smell good, and they taste horrible. They have no energy in them, so if I ate that, it's going to do nothing for me. It's going to pass through me, and it's going to be empty calories, you can say. It's going to be empty to me. It's not going to be anything. So there's got to be no energy in it. So you have to find the fruit that has the energy, the vegetables that has the energy. You want the electricity, because you want your body to be alkaline. When your body is alkaline, your body is going to be working closer to how it should be. It's going to be closer to how it is in nature. Now, there's a lot of other things that can change this and get your body closer or farther, but focusing on food itself, if you're eating alkaline food, your body is going to be very close. I shouldn't say very close. It's going to be way closer, but still a gap between. It's going to be way closer to how it should be, but there's still going to be a gap between where you are and the 100% prime way to treat our bodies, because the prime way to treat our bodies, most people will think is completely insane, just because of the perception that we have been given to what our body actually is. For us to treat our body correctly, we first need to change our perception on everything. We need to change our thinking on everything. We need to get outside of the box. We need to open our mind up and start experiencing things in completely different ways. We need to come at them in different angles to be able to actually begin to understand how something actually works, how this is actually going to work, and how we can actually use this. When we're going at it from one doctrine, one philosophy, one idea, which is what's happening when you're going on the internet and reading one thing and then going along with it, you're going to end up at a wall at some point, no matter what. Even if you go on the internet and read that eating alkaline foods is the best thing for you, and you start doing that, you're going to end up at a wall and that's where you're going to stay. And a lot of people would be fine with that, because that wall is going to be much farther and much higher energy than where they were, but there's still other stuff past that wall, past the wall of eating just alkaline foods. You can go to an all-fruit diet, which is going to give you even more high energy. But again, if you're eating just an all-fruit diet and you're not looking and experimenting and trying to figure out from new perceptions of what else you can do for your body, you're going to be at a wall. And that's really how a lot of our society is built. It's built on taking our perception away from us, not allowing us to do things on our own and going along with someone else's idea and perception of how it should be. When we're born into this world to experience it how we want, we should actually be doing that. Most of us are not doing that in the slightest bit. Most of us are living by other philosophies and not our own. We need to create our philosophy and live our life by that philosophy. And one way you can start by doing that is stop looking at calories as energy. They're not. They never were and never will be. It is just a metric that is some type of algorithm that was made from fat, carbs, and protein, which again are just names that they have put on our food. Those three things are just words, as everything is. So we're not even really getting those three things out of food, but that is what we're told that food is made up of, is those three things. They took those three numbers that they get out of the food and somehow put them through some algorithm and they get the calories out of them. I'm sure there's other things that go into it, but that's what they're doing somehow, is they're taking the numbers that they're getting and making the number of calories out of it somehow. And that doesn't translate at all, because you can't do the same thing for fruits and vegetables that you're doing for processed food. And because they do, it makes us think about it the same way, that these are pretty much the same thing, which is not even close. We need to look at the fruits and vegetables on their own as a separate thing and not calorie-wise. We need to go off of our feeling. Our feeling tells us what we actually need and what we should actually be doing, not what is on a box. But that's it for this video. If there's anything that you want me to add, anything that any questions you have, anything you want, any videos you would like me to make, anything on, let me know. Leave me a comment, send me a message. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel, and have a great night, everyone.